I think this works. Probably does not. Let's do deactivate. Activate. Oh man, I ate too much. Pretty good breakfast though. Wait, did they draw her with a double chin? Hey Rose, how are you? Changing our hat as soon as we get a chance. I'm doing good. It looks like we're picking up on the fishing again. Oh man. 5 fish, huh? Now I got the 5 fish, baby. One. Gold screen wall. That sounds fancy. Ooh. What are you up to today, Rose? Oh, I missed. Totally missed that sucker. Well, I guess I'm close to home. Playing Animal Crossing. Seems to be a lot of us doing that lately. Yeah, it's a great game to relax to. You must be Canadian. You give it away with saying A. Wait, shovel is. Yup. Me too. Yep. Hardwood iron nugget. Hardwood and iron nugget. There was 2 shots. Let's go. That'll work. Let's just do it. Of course, normally I'd say based on time of day, you'd be Atlantic Canadian, but since it's a holiday in some places, it could be anything. That's a good question. I'm trying to. I really need to get some outdoor furniture so I can make an area. That's what's lacking on my island. Holy shit. No, I didn't want to do that. Darn it, I liked that stump. Shoot. Shoot. I need to make an area like a park or something. And then if I make a park, what the hell? Wait a minute, aren't I supposed to dig a hole? Then I've got to figure out what area. I got to clear an area. I need to break down and actually clear a space. And I need to decorate some trees or rearrange some trees. I've just been pretty lazy, I think. Not motivated to cut down stuff, so to speak. But I can always start. Oops. No. I have 3, right? And 4. 3? So I missed one? Ah, I found it. It's on my island. Thank you for the check-in alert there, Create with Candace. Ladders. I think I only need a couple more fossils. Finding those will take forever. And break. Oh, that's what I was gonna buy today. Crap. Just at the grocery store. I totally forgot. Get some more chocolate covered blueberries. I was gonna get some blueberries, actually. Oh well. Not today. Drink up. We are gonna get down and have a coffee here in a bit. Just trying to let dinner settle. Oh, wait a minute. Says the pigeon to the owl. I don't know how planting a cherry tree didn't count, man. It just happens over time, I think. I mean, all the growth in the buildings and stuff all happen naturally. You have to complete so many things or unlock star rating. It's a natural progression. Oh, man. picnic, me and you? Yeah, we can do that. I forgot to put in Discord I was streaming. Hold on. This is where I get in trouble. All the girls get mad at me. Who am I? Who are you? That's the question of the day. I am the roach looking for reproach. Or something. Alright, so we need to spend bells or buy bells? Spend, okay. Let's sell these things and we'll spend some money. Talk to whoever's available too. Somebody might want to talk to us today. Say, say, oh Gigi, what are you doing out at the institution? Thanks, buddy. Well, I don't have any of this crap. I think I have those socks. Ooh, wrestling shoes. We're buying, baby. Shenanigans 3D to drop. I'm buying, baby. I should have brought those blueberries today, darn it. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I got blueberries. I could have sat here and eaten blueberries. Got some sequin leggings, baby. Oh, I got a sweet tooth going on over here. Not good. I don't know, about my lip? How the hell did I pull that off? That drop was horrible. Go to your corner. Terrible. Yeah, we'll see about that. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. How was your weekend? Why does no one have a favorite? I'm pretty good today. Oh, that's right. It's a holiday. That's right. I forgot about it. This is the second time I've thought about that. And I forgot about the holiday. Well, and you're not actually partying, huh? You have a good weekend? Well, that got stuck. What are we looking for? Olive flounder? Wait, what are we looking for? Oh yeah, and then we're gonna come up with what we're drawing later. That's right, too. Olive flounder. Oh, nice. Had fun at the casino and then went bar hopping. Yeah, what it's like to be young again. Or be able to drink. I don't do bar hopping because one usually puts me under, so you know how that goes. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you were resting. I think you were out. Thinking, oh, why did I drink so much? Where did that come from? Oh, I feel like crap. Let me go back to sleep. Oh. Why me? Why was it 14 my time? Ah. I only said to make it a double once. I know how you roll. And then your friends are like, Jesus, did she put on weight? Why is she weigh so heavy? Why is she like 300 pounds? How do we get her in the door? She only had one beer, right? What happened? Yeah, I know how it goes. I remember those days. Got form, slept till noon. Was tired, went back to sleep at 3:30. Woke up. Went on a dinner date for an. Ooh, she had a dinner date. for an hour and a half. And then home to sleep again. Wait. Wait a minute, let me read that again. Went on a dinner date for an hour and a half, then went back home to sleep again. Is it like bringing out the dinner date and home? What happened there? That sentence seems a little weird. What? Okay, so you're 0 for 2. You seem to be having a bad luck with guys. Well, I don't know. You've been drinking like a racehorse. All you need's a double and you can't remember what happened last month. That's usually a sign of slow down on the double. Did you put on clothes at least? Did you at least look pretty? Hopefully you dressed up. What was it just like, oh, let me just wipe this close my face. Get that stuff from the bar off my face and go. I don't know who spit on the counter when I'm laying here like this. Oh, Molly, I don't know what to do with you. You might be a bad roommate. I got to rethink about this too. You know, because especially if this place is going to cost me between $2,500 and $4,000 for an apartment downtown in San Diego, I don't know about all that. Let me think about that roommate junk for a minute. Because if this is what I got to deal with every night, like can't even remember how to put on lipstick and it's all over your face, I don't know. Jesus. But yeah, apartments are expensive in San Diego. Holy crap. They're gouging the crap out of people. In California. Man, I remember San Francisco looking for an apartment way back in the day. It was like $1,800 for a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, good luck. Oh my God. It's prices. Yeah, I looked at the prices of San Diego the other night and I was like, well, let me look at it because it's you know, it's a valid thing. I may want to move to the States. So I'll just check various places that are nice and warm. And I'm like, holy crap, hell no. I'll go live in the country in the desert. Screw that. You know, it was like, I couldn't believe it. And for what they were offering for the sizes of some of those places, I was like, are you kidding me? Man, I've got a basement apartment 3 times that size that I rent for less than that. You crazy. I mean, I've got a bedroom in-law suite, or downstairs basement in-law suite, which is 2 bedrooms, a 14 by 11 living room, kitchen, whatever. It's about 1,400 square feet, and it's far less than that. Like, there's no way. Yeah, and I was looking. Right, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, seriously, even here, it's $2,000 for 800 square feet. 800 square feet's the size of my bedroom in my office. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, you got to be kidding me. You know, I live in a home. You know, it's like I couldn't downsize to something that small. And even if I did, man, she better be hot. That's all I can say, because I must be on drugs or something. Because that's outrageous to shell out that kind of money to get no return in the end. Not happening. I mean, I couldn't even afford to live in the ghetto in San Diego. It's so expensive. It's outrageous. You wonder why people are mugging people. Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. You look at housing prices in the States. I don't know what's going on, or even here. I mean, it's just, and the jobs aren't paying you. Like a single mother isn't making $2,000 a month. I mean, what are you doing here? Yeah, and that's because you're out in the Midwest. That's not happening here, man. You try that 1,200 square feet. That's gonna cost you a fortune here, or in Boston, or Penelope. Honey, you can eat your ice cream, but you gotta move. But yeah, no, like I was seriously looking because I was thinking, well, maybe Gigi wants to move somewhere nice, And like, no, Gigi's happy. Where's Gigi's at? Gigi's staying right here. Oh, that balloon's not even here yet. Oh, what side of the river is that gonna be on? Because I was thinking, about everything. Because like that therapist lady today, she said something to me that totally caught me off guard, and I couldn't answer. So then I called my friend, and she said something to me, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't answer that either. She was like, because I was talking about cleaning up some space, because I haven't, cleaned up rooms because of, death and whatever else, right? But she said to me, what did she say? How did she say it? She said to me, okay, if you're going to start life over, so to speak, right? Because I basically have to start life over. And you're cleaning this room. Whether you clean it today or tomorrow or don't clean it at all doesn't matter. And I was like, well, I'm cleaning the room because I don't want the perception of being a hoarder. More than the fact that I'm cleaning the room that I'm worried about starting over. Like for me, it was kind of weird because I said to her like, well, you grew up military, whatever. I'm going to start over. I'm okay with grabbing a backpack and some clothes and taking off and starting life fresh. Like I don't need material things, even though I'm a collector of junk and whatever, we'll say. I tentatively could start over and be quite all right with it. What tool did I break? Fishing pole? So it was really weird to me. She said that and I was like, huh. She's like, okay. So if you were going to clean, say, what was it, say my garage, which is, piles of junk, is it important to keep X, Y, and Z sentimental stuff or whatever? And I'm like, kind of, sort of, yes, kind of, sort of, no. Man. But it's like, and she said to me, she asked me, was I a hoarder? And I'm like, no, I'm not a hoarder. I just happened to be in a situation where I inherited everybody's stuff when they passed, so then I've got twice as much stuff. I didn't go out trying to hoard that stuff. I could care less. So I'm not a hoarder, but I'm at the same time, it's like, I don't know, shenanigans, you may understand this. Like, say, for example, there's been something like your mother's kitchen cabinet has been in the family for 100 years, and you now possess it, or your wife's mother's kitchen cabinet, or whatever, been in the house 100 years, now you possess it. So now I possess this 100-year-old cabinet, for example, that nobody wants. If I throw that away, am I dishonoring history? Or am I, because it was important to my wife, kind of thing? It's like, I don't know, lady. If I throw out this family heirloom, it's a piece of furniture, nobody else wants it in the family because there's no family left or they're all jarheads or knuckleheads. Am I dishonoring the family? Like, I don't know. Does it matter if I'm dishonoring the family? That's the other question, like, I don't know. But it was an interesting talk because she was talking to me about some stuff. And I was like, I can't answer that. Because I'm in a point where I'm still sick, and until I get better, I can't tell you what I'm going to do with life because I have no idea. I could go through all this treatment and they tell me I have 5 years left, or a year left, or you're going to live for 20. I don't know. Until they tell me, I have no idea. Just the way it goes. I don't know, people. That makes sense if anybody's listening. No, I'm always in the bathroom puking, so she's not paying attention. That ain't streaming or gaming. You gaming or Yeah, so what do you do with it? Do you feel bad if you end up chucking it? Because it's like family heirloom stuff? I mean, what do you do with that? You know, it's like, and it was interesting because she asked me, I was like, well, technically it's not my family. Her family didn't want it, or what's left of her family, or the knuckleheads in that family didn't want it, and there's nobody else, kids or anything, to give it to. I guess if I die and I give it away, it's fine, but if I give it away, do I feel bad? Right. And that's what I'll end up doing too. I'll end up with boxes of crap, and then on my death, somebody can figure it out. Or my new wife can do whatever she wants with it. I don't really care. But yeah, it's the weirdest concept, right? And then my friend threw something in my face like, well, you know, when you get better, you got to figure out what kind of person you're going to be. You know, are you going to go back to being the Gigi before chemo, or the Gigi, you know, your new Gigi after chemo? Oh, look at that radio. I think I have both of those, but oh, and that ring box, I'm not buying that again. And it was interesting because I was like, I can't be the person I was before, because the person I was before had everything and everything is now gone. So I can never be that person. That person is gone. I can just build on what was lost and be new, but a double chair. Say what? We're gonna go see the girls next door. Yeah, I don't know what you would do with 500 square feet of space. 500 square feet of space, you can't even scratch your butt in. Too small. Ooh, look at that. Oh, is that a Bane mask? What is that? A pleather mask. I'll buy it, but I think that'll bring some weird. A dandy hat. Mm-hmm. Wait, did we change the... Oh, we did change the outfits. Hold on a minute. Is my chat not working again? No, whatever. Of course, none of that screams. Oh, whatever. We'll just buy it all. I'm gonna have to get coffee. So did I ever ask you if you're finished with that laser? Or are you still waiting on a part? I can't remember. You have reels and reels of 8mm films and slides of her grandparents. Yeah, I know the feeling. I do too. And I don't know what to do with that stuff. And what do you do with that stuff? Isn't it also kind of sad how the young don't care about the past anymore? I mean, like, there's no respect for the seniors, no respect for elderly, no respect for anything but themselves. And even then, they don't even respect themselves. Oh, I shouldn't have bought the leopard palms. Do you have anything like you're gonna fire up the first thing you're gonna do? Besides start a fire? Are you gonna do your like your name in lights or something, or open collared shirt? Code work and calibration, yeah. That makes sense. So of course I wanted the bad date details, but now I gotta wait till Molly wakes up. He fell asleep. He's out like a light, folks. He's like, yeah, I want to May. I can't make it. I'm going to lay down for a minute. I don't know. That he was looking kind of cute. I think he liked me. I'm gonna lay down for a minute. And she's out like a light, just like that. I only had double. I had one double, one. Okay, it wasn't just bad. Oh, so he's a smoker, and you're like, nope, see ya, sucker. Yeah, youngins, exactly. But, yeah, well, it's always better fishing the sea somewhere. crap, I got shenanigans how his dating world's going too, now that I think about it. But, yeah. Youngins. Now, problem is, I don't remember if I talked to I didn't talk to everybody yet. I haven't even talked to half the people yet. Too early in the night. Oh, I haven't talked to you yet, Dora. Yeah, let's make today our best day ever. Yeah, it was so weird. Like, the therapist was asking me, and I was like, lady, I can't even picture what I'm going to do next month because I'm not better yet. I've got to get better first, and then I've got to try to clean my house and make it look somewhat normal. Because if I ever brought somebody over, or somebody came over to my house, I look like I'm a pack rat right now. Nobody wants a pack rat. Yeah, it's interesting because dating is like I wouldn't even know how to do that anymore. Because, it's been so long. But at the same time, it's like, who needs to date? Just hang out. A headache? Yeah. Well, I guess it's better than dumping her because her 3D printer is bigger than yours. I mean, there's always that worry too, right? Oh, yeah, I dumped the girl because her 3D printer was bigger than mine. She's rocking a Gigastorm, and I'm like rocking this Boron 124, whatever. Like, what? Couldn't do it. Yeah, talk around the water cooler. Yeah, I couldn't date that guy. He had an A1 Mini. I need at least a P1. Oh, crap. I could just picture it now. 3D printer jokes. Whoop. Whoop. Clownfish. Who wants a clown? Ooh, wait a minute, Gene. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that from you like a couple days ago too. I think you're a serial dater. I don't think you can do it. you traveling. Where are you off to? You got a big trip? Hey, be careful though. If you turn around and say you're traveling 2 weekends and one of them happens to be Disney, do not tell me. Then you're in trouble. Then you're grounded. Oh, nice, Vermont. Oh, she's going to the Hamptons. So bougie. My girl. Don't forget to put on some makeup. At least look presentable. Zip lining, oh, that'd be fun. What am I doing? I am recovering and streaming. That's all I'm doing. Because it's gonna rain all weekend here. Again. Like it did last weekend and the weekend before. Seems to be cyclical. I'm starting to not like it. Like the next 2 days are supposed to be really nice and warm. And then the weekend's all gonna be crap. Gonna suck. We're never gonna catch that fish. Well, that's alright. I don't mind. I'll get back to drawing my pictures, whatever. Like I drew a nice landscape yesterday. You guys didn't get to see the landscape, did you? Can't remember if Shenanigans was here yesterday. Hold on. Let me catch this fish. So this is what I was drawing yesterday. This is my latest painting. We did a landscape, I guess. I guess it's called a landscape. Just a tree. Not too thrilled with the grass, but I might have to redo it. But yeah, so just getting back into some painting, or digital painting, I guess, which I think is harder. You can't blend things the way you want it by seeing it visual. It's weird. It plays a trick on your mind. 90 plus pearls. Holy crap! No, I don't know. I have 15 or 20 in the bank. I'm good. I don't use them for anything, so they're just sitting there. I'm good. Thank you, though. I don't know what to do with 90 plus pearls. I'm like, what do I do with them? I'll be selling them, making money. Yeah, so I'm just getting back into some digital art when my brain works. Uh-oh. Eat coffee so I don't fall asleep. And I gotta work on that maker chip for the 3D Printopia. What do you mean Nook's granny? What are you talking about, Nook's granny? You talking about the shop? You talking? Well, what are you talking about? You have a grandmother? What? Whoa. Yeah, that's the plan. I still want to drive down for 3D Printopia. And then I might drive down to Disney on top of that. Just do a whole week, take a whole week off kind of deal. That's what I'm thinking. I just haven't planned it out yet. But I'm kind of, in all honesty too, it's kind of dependent on what's going on in the BS in the world too, whether or not there's, you know, complications traveling or whatnot. Because I know a lot of people who traveled, canceled trips because of it. So, you know, I don't want to deal with it. And of course, I would drive down because I'd be okay with it. But at the same time, it'd be like, you know, I'd come down and catch a baseball game, go down to Disney, you know, and just kind of just take a whole week off. But you know, it'd be my big trip for the last few years or whatever, and I'm good with it. But tentatively, that's the idea, right? But then, of course, the other night it was like I was talking to oh God, I was talking to Derek, right? And he's like, well, why don't you just come to MocoCon? It'd be cool to hang out and meet. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's like a week later or a week before. And I was like, damn, there's that too, right? Like I could swing in, hit MocoCon, swing down, hit 3D Printopia, and do Disney at the same time. You know, I was like, that might be it. Okay, so it's like, okay, now you're talking about a 10-day trip. You know, and I still need to find the best cheesecake place in Philly. You know what I mean? And you're telling me it's not Gino's and Tony's. So it's like, okay, hold on a minute. Let me think about this. Because MocoCon would be right next to you, I guess, basically. Or close enough to you. You know, the week, either the week after or the week before. I can't remember. Yeah, so I mean that's fairly close, right? So it's like, Jesus, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll go do a little bit of everything. Just do the whole year of let me just go meet everybody, get it over with, right? But you know, he brought up a good point, and it was a good idea. I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea. If I could swing it, I would, you know. But the thing becomes the sheer cost of hotel stays, right? Like, oh, that kills you. So I kind of have to pick and choose my battles, I guess. But I could go down 3D Printopia. That's 2 days. Go down to Disney for. It'll be another day drive down. So 3 days. Probably all I need there. Then drive back up to MocoCon. and then drive home. So then I'm looking at, okay, 1 day drive down or 2 day drive down. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm looking at about a 13, 14. Yeah, it's about a 2-week trip. So it's possible. I don't know if I have that. You know, Motel 6s would probably be the best trip. Or best pickup on that, right? What is 3D PT? 3D Printopia. That's what it is, Bob. 3D Printopia. We were discussing if I was coming down for 3D Printopia, and I was thinking, well, because Derek had asked me to go to MocoCon too, right? So I was thinking, well, if I drive down to 3D Printopia, then I'll drive to Disney for a couple days, then I'll drive back up to MocoCon and drive back. So I'll do a 2-week, trip eating nothing but, I don't know, bad food and drinking doubles all night. So sleeping half the trip, but whatever. I'm kidding. I wouldn't be drinking. I'd be driving. Me too, probably, but it's like whatever. I've got plenty of space. It'd be like the college days, right? Just pack a sleeping bag in the car. Well, crap, if you're renting a car, just rent an RV for the few days, man. Drive a small RV and sleep in that sucker. Ronnie of the Rain, thank you for the check-in and the... Was it alert there too? And alert. Boy, when you check in and alert, you get a whole page worth of alerts. It's awesome. You see your alert and raise you with a virtual hug. But yeah, you could rent an RV and do the same thing. Dry box and hang hammocks in it. God, if I rented an RV, because I think the RV cost us... God, I want to say last year, I think it was like five grand for a week or some crap. I did that, man. I'd have to sell some kids. I rented an RV. Yeah, a U-Haul would be cheaper. Yeah, I mean, but see, the problem is nowadays too, hotel rooms are expensive, right? They're not, what, $50 a night anymore. They're like a couple $100 a night, right? And you're not getting any amenities. Not that you need them, but it's still like... Yeah, you can't risk that. Or you do what Giggy's thinking of doing, which probably will never happen, is I know a ton of streamers along the way. If I could con them all into letting me have a room for the night, I could do this whole trip for just gas money. Oh, dogs. You can't kennel the dogs or anything? Or your sister couldn't take the dog? I'm totally forgetting to hit the button. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking at that little thing and forgetting to hit the button. That's just from also on the health with travel too. You know, I've got to worry about that. Should still be the recovery thing, so it's like, all in all, it's fine. Fudge. Fudge sickle. Seven. 15, yeah, I'll take 15, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Your baby is my baby, too. So now I'm curious. Hold on. Let me think what I was thinking. Fishing pole. That'd break. I should run down and get my coffee really quick. Let's look. How many cherries? Wow, I don't have a lot of fruit at all. Alright, this is in storage. Alright, let me go get a coffee. Hold on. Oh. Get the yawn out, man. Oh, long day. Oh, that's what she's doing. I know why she's ignoring us. I get it now. What would you make it think we're talking about you? I know what you're doing. Yeah, it's okay. Well, let me get my cup of coffee, then we'll talk about it. Oh. Did you at least get a free dinner? This is a question. I'll be right back. Coffee. Yeah, Molly was napping. She had a long weekend. You know how it goes, Bob. Girls! Oh, that coffee tastes funny. A little hot. Anyway, I'm back. Welcome back, Giggy. Well, thank you. And of course, I'm wearing a shirt, a collared shirt today. So I had an appointment with the doctor. You actually brought up a lot of good points today. Maybe I actually had to think about things. We are looking for the infamous olive flounder. Which just shows that you can't multitask. And people say women are good at multitasking. Oh, that's funny. Why does that taste funny? It's almost like I got all water. So here's a question. Last time you went down to Disney, how much was it a night? That should be the question. You need to do some calculation. Because if I drive down to 3D Printopia and then drive to Disney and then turn around and drive back to Philadelphia. Oh, you do the rented points thing. That's right. Never mind. So I won't be more asking you. I'm just going to sleep in the Millennium Falcon anyway, so it's not going to matter. Nobody will ever know I'm there. They got a compartment somewhere. Huh. So, alright, so I'm going to have to look it up. Alright. That's not going to help me any. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about in that last sentence at all. So, what are those three things you just labeled? Is that a time frame? Is that a event? Is that... Oh, that's their budget hotel. I'll take my car. Wait, we're still looking for what? Olive flounder, right? You think it's worth it to get to the free park transportation? Okay. So when would this be? September, right? Is that what we're talking? Because when is 3D Printopia? Did they put that out yet? It's like the 15th through the 17th of September, something like that? Yeah, and Derek told me too. I can't remember. All right, let me look some things up here because I don't remember squat. 3D Printopia. All right, so they say September. Is that right? 27, 28 is the last weekend of the month? Oh, is that the old one? Yeah, anyway, so we'll say end of September. That means MocoCon is before the end of September. All right, so tentatively the plan would be to drive down to either 3D Printopia or drive down to MocoCon, which is a weekend, right? Then during the week, drive down to Disney, spend a few days at Disney, and then drive back to the other event. So I get everything in a 14-day trip. So it'd be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at Disney, Saturday, Sunday at these other two events. Would be ideally the ideal, right? And I'd have to call some streamers and beg for some bedrooms along the way. Because if I flew all that, oh my God, driving back to Philadelphia, driving back to whatever. When is GigiCon? As soon as I drop my pants. Yeah, when is GigiCon? Yeah, exactly. That's on the OF channel. We don't do that in family friendly. All four parks what? Well, if I'm doing it alone, it doesn't matter which parks I go to. You know, all I need to do is eat Star Wars, eat Star Wars, eat Star Wars, eat more Star Wars. Right? I don't need to see Ariel, and Minnie, and all the other whatever. You know, I mean, if there's 4 theme parks, I only need one. I only need the one theme park. Next year when I go back, then, you know, I can plan in Minnie, Ariel, and Daisy, and all the others. But right now it's Gigi lightsaber, Gigi lightsaber, Gigi lightsaber, Gigi lightsaber. You know. Oh, I wasn't talking about meeting characters, but yeah, we can. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know that. See, I don't remember the 4 theme parks. Like, I'd have to look it up. And plus, you know, I'm not. I don't know. It depends. If I go by myself, I don't need to go wait in these lines to ride rides. I can just go to coffee shop, have a meal, talk to the desperate mothers, you know. You know, that kind of thing. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. It would depend. It would really depend on the thing, because I could always hold off, and when I go to California, just go to Disneyland, and take the nieces and nephews. Right? It's like, yeah. So for me, you would try foods. Yeah, foods around the world, Star Wars, and Hollywood Studios. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, but then that means I'd have to do some work, Bob, if I had to find a sugar mom at the park. Jeez, now we're going way back. Oh, you might need a sugar mama. No, I don't know, but you know, it depends, right? If I was going with people, it would depend on what they want to do, right? If you're just going by myself, I could care less, right? Like, I don't even know. Like, I'd have to plan it in. It's like when I went to California. Like, we went to Great Wolf Lodge. We took the nieces and nephews, and I became, you know, whatever you guys want to do, I'll do. You know, right? That's at the bar while their husbands are at the golf course. Usually the way that works. But yeah, it would really depend on, you know, company included, right? So when I was with the nieces and nephews, if they want to go in the big water slides, all right, I'll go water slides. If they want to do, you know, roller coasters, I'll do roller coasters. It's whatever they want to do, right? But if it's just me, you know, I'm an adult. It's like, all right, let me sit down. Let me have a meal. Let me sit somewhere where I have a nice scenic view. And I don't mean necessarily looking at people of the opposite sex when I say scenic view or, you know, attractive people. I mean, actually have something nice to look at, whether it be Minnie or, you know, Daisy or some show in the background, or, you know, somewhere I could have coffee and stare at the Millennium Falcon all day. You know, it just depends, right? But if it was a thing like I'm going with 5 or 6 people, we're just going to make a day of it, and sure, let's do it all. Let's do whatever. So like my friends are like yours, right? Like your parents, they have day trips, day passes, and all that stuff. And if I go with them, typically I do whatever they and their kids want. I just walk around with my coffee and they're like, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, and whatever, right? But, you know, that was an interesting thing because we're talking about sugar mamas or whatever. Like when that lady today asked me, you know, where does Giggy see himself, or, you know, getting a new life or whatever. It's like, man, I haven't even thought about how to get myself out of the paper bag yet. Like, I have not thought about dating, any of that garbage. You know, like that's not even a thought that crosses my mind. You know, like I plan this summer to get back into walking. I might go downtown to the harbor so I can get a Donair or a beaver tail, or, you know, a nice cup of coffee, walk along the boardwalk. You know, you meet somebody, you don't. You know, I don't even think about that crap, right? I'll be the weirdo with the purple hair with half hair, half no hair. You know, whatever. You know, that's what people will see. Is like, who's this crackhead with purple hair, you know? I'm not trying to impress anybody. Of course, that being said, you know, I'd love to have company or friends or somebody say, oh yeah, let's make a day of it, you know, no problem. Other than that, don't care. Like one of my friends invited me to one of her craft shows, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go sit at a table all day on a weekend in a booth. Sure, that sounds like a plan. You know, I'd have a great time doing that, just relaxing and looking at people, talking to people, getting out of my headspace. My headspace is dark. I mean, really dark. Oh yeah, and then ask that other question I never answered. So my friend said to me, you know, once it's all said and done and you get better, what kind of person are you going to be? Are you going to go back to being the old Giggy, you know, before chemo, Giggy after chemo, Giggy whatever? And it was like, and she was asking, and I was like, it's kind of an interesting question because you're asking me if I'm going back to the way I used to be. Well, I'll never be that person because that person is gone. Like the person prior to being sick was a family man. He was, you know, work 9 to 5. He did A, B, and C, right? That guy is gone. That world doesn't even exist. So it's like, I have to be this new person, and I don't know what this new person is going to be. I have no idea because, like, my therapist says, well, you got to start taking care of you. I'm like, I don't even know how to take care of me. I don't even know that I exist half the time. So I was like, how do you do it? Yeah, and it's like, right. So it's like, you got to rethink your life, but I can't rethink my life till I know I'm not sick. Right? So it's like, I can conjecture all I want and say, oh, I'm going to be this great guy and do A, B, and C. And they could turn around and say, oh yeah, your CAT scan came back and you're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do anything in my head until they say, no, you're clear, you know? And that's the hard part too, because you want to rethink life, right? Like if they told me, say, hey, I got 5 years left, man, I'm selling everything, moving somewhere, and it's strip club steaks every night, you know, something crazy, you know, it's like, I don't care. Or, you know, or something, right? But you have to kind of know where life is going, you know, and that's probably more if I only had a year left and then I moved to Holland or something, but you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to be a philosophical person and conjecture on what ifs if you never know if a what if's going to happen, you know, because it was like, yeah, I'll go to TwitchCon in Rotterdam is what I'll do. But it was like, and it was like I told her, it's a big difference. Like my wife, when she found out she was sick, it was basically, you got 2 months. You made it to 6 weeks. You got 2 months. It changes your whole demeanor when you're given a timestamp and they say, you've got X amount of time. Enjoy. Believe me, the stuff that went through my head when they said you only have a weekend, you know, and you better enjoy it with a bedridden person who's already doesn't speak, doesn't sit up, doesn't do anything. You're mentally screwed. You're mentally whatever, right? So if they come back and tell me I've got a year left, well, that changes my whole narrative of life, right? Then it's like bucket list time. I get to travel the world. I get to, you know, have a young girl on my arm, spend all my money, do whatever, you know, just live it up, right? Like I'm a bougie rich guy for a year. It just, you know, and things like that, right? But you really can't plan for life if you don't know how long a life you got. If they come back and says, oh, you're clear, you got another 20 years. Okay, well, then I can go back to being normal, get a job, and, well, I can't see myself doing that either, Bob. But I mean, you know, for the sake of conversation, right? Like, it's kind of hard to plan what you're going to do in life if you don't know how much life you have. Because in theory, because after talking to them and trying to, and I'm still trying to wrap this conversation around my head, and everybody here in this channel too, by the way, let me wrap this conversation around here. Had I not been able to have surgery in December, like the chemotherapy and radiation did not work, I would not be here streaming today. I still can't wrap my head around that. You know, that's how serious that was. I was sick, and I still can't picture that I was that sick. So, and you know, and it's like, she's asking me all these questions, and I'm like, lady, I'm kind of at the moment numb to everything, right? Like, you could tell me this and that, and I can't tell you anything because I don't even know if I feel it or understand it. You know, I get up in the morning, I put my socks on, whatever, get dressed. Sometimes I eat, sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I do A, B, and C, sometimes I don't. But I don't even remember doing any of that. I don't even have the focus or the drive that I need to do any of that. I have no idea. Half the time it's like a mind numbing, I don't even know what I'm doing. I just get up. Like, but I know that I sit down and stream every night, so I go and sit down at my computer and I do that. But half the time, the rest of the day, I don't know what I'm doing, man. No clue. Like tomorrow I'm going to mow the grass because the grass looks like crap. And today was the first time I've been out in 2 weeks. So it's like, okay, I'll mow the grass tomorrow. First sunny day. Let's do it. Other than that, maybe have a cup of coffee. Maybe, you know, stream. Maybe get pissed off at my neighbor. I don't know. Right, but when you're a sick person and you're actually given another lease on life, you know, like, I mean, it's hard because in a normal world, I'd go back to my family, everything would be fine, you know, and I'd continue on what I'm doing. I'd be coming off a sabbatical, going back to work, you know, hey, overnight, you know, things like that, right? That's what I would normally do. However, when you become sick and you have none of that, like all of a sudden you become, the family stuff is all taken from you and you're alone. It's basically like saying, okay, Gigi, you're going to start life over, but we're going to put you in the middle of a desert. Figure it the hell out. Like, well, I have nobody. I have nothing. I have what? You want me to do what? Figure it out. I'm like, okay, what? I have no direction, no drive, no, you know, whatever, right? That's the hard part, right? Right, but that's the same thing, right? Like if you took your better half and took it away from you and then said, okay, well, start life over, figure it out. That's a hard concept for anybody, man. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with being a hermit the rest of my life, trying to figure what out. What do you want me to figure out? I don't know what to figure out. Ad break. And I told her, like, you know, I'm glad I have friends to talk to. Like, I really, in general, I would rather have a really good friend who could spend the time talking to me so I can get thoughts out and get things out. So I just have somebody to bounce things off of. That's more meaningful to me than whether or not I date again or do whatever. I don't really care. I just need somebody to talk to. And of course, it makes me look bad because when talking to the lady's like, you don't have any friends, family? No, they all live 3,000 miles from here. All of my stuff is on the opposite coast. And like I told her, you know, like if I start over, you know, I'm not tied down to anything. So if I started over in California, in Boston, in Florida, in England, in France, in Italy, wherever, in the middle of the U.S., Missouri, you know, wherever. To me, I'm not tied to anything. So wherever I start over, it's literally starting over. I mean, that's the whole thing of after I'm better, it's literally start over from ground zero and figure it the hell out. You know, maybe I'll want to move to Montreal next to Pezles and have, you know,